Hello. Hi. I'm Nikki. Welcome to the channel. I am doing something different today. Thought I'd do something more chatty. No singing. I'm sorry. I don't want to sing anymore. I'm just kidding. It just stresses me out a little bit, so I wanted to do something more peaceful. And here it is. We're just talking. We're vibing. We're getting to know each other. I've been thinking a lot about this channel and all the things that I'm doing here, and honestly, I'm not a big fan of my own work. I just feel like all I do is make covers, and I don't even like half the things that I come up with because I can never make it sound the way that I actually want it to sound because I don't know enough about music production or mixing, and it stresses me out that I'm putting out something that's like not really great, but I kind of have to just because how the heck am I gonna grow if I just keep everything to myself? So it's been stressing me out. I guess I have like a certain standard that I want to achieve, and my expectations for myself are so high that everything that I create almost feels like it's not good at all, which is horrible. So I wanna change the direction of this channel to be more focused on like the process instead of the final outcome of the project. I want to share more of how I learn things, how I do things, my thought process in creating things, and just, you know, less stressful stuff on my end. With that said, today is going to be a fun video. I'm going to start a new series called Behind the Lyrics, where I explain what the song's about and what my thought process was when I wrote the lyrics. And today, I'm starting with the song that I wrote, a mini original that I wrote called Nagsasa. I'll link it below. Watch it first before you watch this, I guess, so that you'll understand what's going on better. But without further ado, let's get on in it. Nagsasa is actually about a little adventure that I had with a bunch of travel friends, travel buddies, back in the olden days. Pre-COVID, when we could actually go outside and enjoy life. So one weekend, me and my friends decided to go to Nagsasa, which is a cove here in the Philippines. It's very secluded from society. We had no cell service there. It was like an hour boat ride from the mainland. There were no power outlets. We slept in tents. We had to cook our own food, which we brought in from the mainland, and we had to cook them under charcoal and fire. It was pretty fun. It was pretty exciting. There really wasn't much in that island other than this beautiful cove. It was so gorgeous. The cove, it was just like, you sit here and this is the mountains. It felt like it was hugging you. It felt so peaceful and safe and zen. So gorgeous. Such a beautiful place. And it was so much better too, knowing that I was there with such amazing people. That night we had a bonfire and we had a lot to drink. I don't actually remember if we actually were allowed to bring alcohol or if we snuck it in. But either way, we got pretty drunk and we talked and we laughed and we confessed things and just bonded over fire and night sky and everything in between. It was a great moment to be with some great people. I think that's the whole first verse of Nagsasa. Last night, every star was in the sky, and for a while, I felt at peace inside. At peace in the little cove. As we sat by the fire, drinks in our hands and tears in our eyes. Smiles in our eyes. It was a feeling I'm keeping for all my life. Now, hold on, I know what you're thinking. Nikki, what did you mean by every star was in the sky? You never mentioned anything about any stars. You never really mentioned anything about the sky. What are you talking about? When I write, I really do try to make every line of the song make sense. Like, it has to actually be true. So, I'll get to that right now. This is why I have the line, every star was in the sky. At some point, the bonfire ended, mostly because one of us had an allergic reaction and it freaked us out. So the bonfire ended, people went back to their tents. I, however, was not sleepy. I did not want the night to end, at least mentally. So I went to the beach, I laid my blanket down, and I sat there and I just thought. I just contemplated on my life while watching the moon, which was so bright, by the way. It was so big. That's a big moon. Usually the moon's like, and the waves crashing was so calming and peaceful, and I did a lot of thinking that night. I was there for a few hours by myself, just watching the ginormous moon, listening to the beautiful waves. I say that in the song at some point. I think it's in the chorus. I say how the moon shines so bright and the waves sang a lullaby. But we'll get to the chorus later. So moving on. So after about an hour or so of contemplating about my life choices, I got a bit tired of sitting down and looking down the beach, and I decided to lie down. And then I saw the sky, and it was literally filled with stars. Literally. There was just so many stars, big and small, some flickering, some looking like it's moving. It felt like it was alive, and it was so gorgeous. So that's where the line came from. Every star was in the sky. I stayed there for a few hours, lying down, my eyes glued to the night sky. But at some point, I drank a lot of alcohol, so I had to get up and go to the bathroom. And on my way back to the beach from the bathroom, I heard talking in one of the tents. So I approached them. I said, "Hey guys, I don't know if you're into this, but this guy's insane right now." They got up, took their blankets, and laid them right next to mine, and we just laid by the beach and watched the stars. And that's the first line of the pre-chorus of the song. Blankets on the sand, we watched the sky expand. Literally, the sky was alive. It was like it was breathing and expanding. For the whole night, we just looked at the sky, try to figure out constellations, talk about girl problems, their girl problems, not mine, straight. And then one of them pointed at the sky.
"Oh my god, I just saw a shooting star."
We were like, "Are you sure? Are you sure you just saw a shooting star?" So we let it go. We let it slip. But then it happened again. And this time we all saw it. There really was a shooting star. And I've never seen a shooting star before. So I was really, really excited. And it happened again and again and again. There were so many shooting stars. And we just made a game out of it, who could see the most shooting stars first. And then later when we got back to the mainland, we got cell service back, we found out that there was actually a meteor shower that night. We witnessed a meteor shower. What the heck? Of all the nights to have been in that cove, away from society, where you could see the sky, of all the nights of me actually being up at that hour, I witnessed a meteor shower. That's insane. So that's where the second line of the pre-chorus comes from. In a world so big and so grand, every shooting star was so close from land. Of all the nights, I was in that moment to witness a meteor shower. Whenever I look back at everything that happened that night, I really do feel like a strong connection with that place, with Nagsasa. Everything that occurred in that cove that night just felt so magical and special and surreal. I guess that's mostly what I talked about in the chorus. And I fell in love with the night. Never thought I could fall for the sky. And how the moon shined so bright and the waves sang a lullaby. We stayed up that whole night. I don't actually remember anything that we've talked about. I just remember how it felt. And we witnessed the sunrise. The sky gradually woke up, changing its colors right before our eyes. And right before the sun fully came out, the sky was like this gorgeous baby pink. It was so pretty. And that's what I meant when I said, as the sky turned from black to pink in the blink of an eye. Now, when I wrote this line, oh my gosh. When I wrote this line, I thought I was doing like some Eminem stuff, like black to pink in the blink of an eye. I'm not that into K-pop, so I didn't know when I wrote that song that Blackpink fans called themselves Blinks. I thought it was a really smart rhyme, and I thought I came up with it, and I managed to somehow squeeze that rhyme within a single line. I was so proud. And then when I found out about Blackpink and Blinks, I feel a little embarrassed. It feels a little lame. But whatever. I thought of that myself. I just wanted to get it out there. Anyways, after sunrise, I fell asleep for a few hours at the beach right there and woke up for breakfast with the gang, and we headed back to the mainland afterwards. Not much. That was it. I wrote the song 2020 during quarantine when I found myself dreaming about going out and seeing the world again with my friends. And I wrote this song mostly in one go. I just kind of picked chords that I was, comfortable with, chords that were my go-to chords, and then I just sang, and this all just it came out. I really wrote the song mostly for me. I didn't really plan on it being anything serious, so I didn't really finish it on purpose. It was mostly like a journal entry, and yeah. I also had nothing left to say. I don't know what else to say. I feel like I've exhausted everything that I needed to talk about. Why force something to be longer when it doesn't need to be? So I guess that's it. That's nagsasa. I hope you guys like that. It was fun sharing this experience with you guys. So yeah. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna go eat some tacos. Peace out.